What is good, my PacRats? Pac-Man Case here with you guys on a new 6 essentials list. Up this week is Nintendo's little powerhouse that could, the Nintendo Wii. Man, did this start the motion control battle of the century. Let's get into this console. Oh my gosh, how do we even get into the Wii and its design? This console came out in 2006, which was funny enough that broadcasting was changing to HD at that time, and Nintendo laughed in the face of that and decided to go with a Frankenstein console that was literally off-the-shelf hardware to create this little masterpiece. The difference though is the motion controls that they decided to go with. The Nintendo DS gave much influence to Nintendo's design, and they wanted to revolutionize the entire industry, which is why the codename for the Wii was the Revolution. Now, the Nintendo DS only had a stylus, and they wanted to go a step, if not many steps forward, to compete with Microsoft and Sony at the time with the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, which were both touting high-end graphic solutions, where Nintendo's direction was to go with motion controls. Not only did this have backwards compatibility on the original launch with controller ports on the top for the GameCube, it also had a vacuum drive that accepted GameCube discs and Wii discs, which were also at this point much less expensive to produce than the PlayStation and the Xbox. The Nintendo Wii came with what I would say is hundreds of accessories for you to use the motion controls. What came with it originally in the box was a nunchuck and a Wii remote, now dubbed the Wiimote by the community. And this console created so many unique titles, because we're not talking about the console. As cool as this guy is, we got to talk about the 6 games that you need for it. So it's time. Alright guys, first one up, we are going to just knock this off the list because you gotta have a Mario game, and why not have the entire Mario franchise all in one game, allowing you to play up and party together in a 4-player fun mode, and that would be Mario Party 8. This was the first Mario Party to come out on the console. The reason Mario Party 9 is not on there is because you have to travel in a car together, and it's more cooperative than it is competitive, which what makes this fun. If you haven't played a Mario Party game before, you basically have your characters on a game board collecting coins and trying to gather enough stars to beat your other opponents, meanwhile competing in fun mini games across the board. Now, all the Mario Parties leading up to this were all done with a controller. This is the first one that would have been motion controls. This lets you cruise down a river. This lets you fight by gathering coins. This lets you try to go find characters with a flashlight. There was many cool options for you to be able to play on Mario Party 8. And if you're gonna have a Mario game, this probably would have been one of the best ones that really gives you a well-rounded idea of motion controls and that fun Mario franchise. So we're going family friendly straight off to absolutely absurd, and that would be House of the Dead Overkill. Now, the reason this one's on the list is because it is an on-rail shooter that was really only allowed to be played on the Nintendo Wii due to the amazing motion controls. Now, there's a peripheral device called the Zapper that you are able to hook your Wii remote into and your nunchuck and use it as a cool combined gun. And that did a really good job of not only having the on-rail shooter effect, but this game is super over the top. So if you're looking for some comedy, you're looking for some fun, you want this grindhouse inspired 1970s buddy cop comedy in a video game on-rail shooter with zombies, then this is the frickin' game for you. Sega was very happy with the results of this game, and it really did have a good copy sale through the Nintendo Wii. But House of the Dead Overkill truly is overkill at its finest. Up next is that arch enemy of the plumber, and that is Wario and WarioWare Smooth Moves. This game was developed so that you could use the Wii controls in every single format option position that you could think of, and it's all designed around these silly mini games that make absolutely no sense but are still fun as hell. Little story, Wario finds this Wii remote as if it's a huge relic and ends up gathering a bunch of friends that all have their own unique storylines but have to finish these mini games to get through the story. These mini games are anything from balancing a broom on your hand, to being an elephant with a long nose, to shaving your face, to fighting a boss with a huge fan. Some of this stuff is just absurd and silly, but is so worth it, as WarioWare is a great game. Just throw down with some friends and have some obscure mini games, with the Wii remote being front and center as the unique device to make this game absolutely worth it. WarioWare, get it! Next game up goes against the grain of what Nintendo was working on at the time. Nintendo Wii was all about those motion controls, and a unique title came out that really pushed you back to that standard controller interface, but also had the most beautiful graphics you will ever see, and that was Mirama Demon Blade. Now, this game is unique on a lot of different levels, but number one, the art style is absolutely incredible. It will make you second guess what the Wii was capable of when this standard definition game looks as beautiful as anything that was out at the time. Now, what's cool about this game, it is a traditional controller-based side-scrolling beat 'em up with a little bit of RPG elements, but nothing detracts you from any of the gameplay. It is a wonderful experience. You get to choose between two different ninjas. It's set in like a feudal Japan landscape with Japanese lore, and to be honest, it is probably one of the most unique titles that Nintendo Wii has on it, and it's not even motion related. So if I were you guys, I would highly recommend picking this game up. Enjoy it. It is a great experience, and you will not be disappointed. Mirama Demon Blade belongs on the 6 Essentials list. So in a 6 Essentials, we gotta talk about a puzzle game, and some people are not a fan of it unless you play a game that incorporates Wii motion controls with a point-and-click adventure that also gives you a really cool aesthetic, and that would be a Comcap-developed, low-selling game called Zack and Wikis Quest for Barbados Treasure. This takes little Zack and Wiki, his monkey friend, on this crazy adventure to go to Treasure Island and try to collect as much treasure as they can with foes along the way. But what's cool about this game is it uses the motion controls to get through some of your puzzles. This point-and-click adventure kind of takes a little inspiration from the Mario Galaxy series as you move the cursor around with the star to indicate what you want to change within the level. Fun part is Wiki has all of these cool little techniques to be able to eliminate enemies by shaking the remote, and Wiki will come turn that enemy into a new weapon you can use for a puzzle. In one stage, you have to just get across a small ravine in the beginning of the game, and Wiki turns an enemy into a saw, and then you need to learn how to saw the tree down to get over the ravine. These small little intricate puzzles really make this game fun, and Capcom had worked really hard on trying to develop a really fun series, and unfortunately it just did not sell well, but is still an incredible game for the Wii that really gives you a good round out of what the Wii can do. Zack and Wiki, developed by Capcom, you guys have to get it, add it to the collection. It is a great essential game. Guys, the last one on the list is awesome because motion controls, as fun as they were, they would catch your motion and it would indicate it on screen in some shape or form. But what about precision? Well, the Wii did it right with an Atlas developed game called Trauma Center Second Opinion. Now, this game was a sequel to the Under the Knife edition on the DS with the same characters, but what's cool about this game is you're a surgeon that is taking out this new disease, and your job is to take OR patients and remove things like glass, cuts, lesions, diseases, organs out, almost like a operation, but with the precision of the Wii controller. You're suturing people up, you're making cuts, you're having prongs pull out various objects, and you're even having superpowers where you get to eliminate this crazy evil demonic disease. This game is highly underrated and one that the Wii really was suited for, the motion controls allowing you to be an intricate precision surgeon is so awesome. At the same time, it is so nerve-wracking as you have a timer and your patient is always under cardiac arrest if you're doing things wrong. So, highly recommend Trauma Center Second Opinion. A second one came out called New Blood. You cannot go wrong with these titles. So that is it. That is the 6 essential Wiis for this list. Now, these are the 6 essentials that I found to really round out the console in the best of its ability. Anything from motion controls to graphic fidelity to unique experiences, but maybe there is a game that you love that was not on the list. Obviously, we don't have some Nintendo favorites on here. There's no Mario game, aside from Mario Party. There's no Kirby, there's no Donkey Kong. If there is a game that you think was essential for the Wii that got missed off the list, that's what these comments are for, my friends. Hit it up, let me know what your favorite essentials are and why, because I think there's a lot of games for this console that really could round out that list. So, guys, if you like what I got going on, you like my silly content, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what your favorite 6 essentials are as well, and I will talk to you guys on the next one when we do the Wii U. Bye.